Today, we're diving into two very different ways of experiencing the world, and it's all based on some fascinating ancient meditative techniques. And really, it all boils down to just one simple question.
So, let me ask you directly. How do you actually experience the world? You know, when something happens. You see a beautiful sunset, you hear a piece of music, someone talks to you. Where does that information land? How do you process it?
Well, according to the source material we're looking at, the answer really comes down to this core distinction. Are you led by your analytical mind, your head, or are you led by your feelings, by your heart? This one idea, it's the key to everything we're going to unpack today.
All right, so let's really break this down. What does it even mean to be head-oriented versus heart-oriented?
And when you look at them side by side, the contrast is, well, it's stark. The head is all about logic. It's cool, it's cerebral. It's always making plans for the future, kind of calculating how can I take from this situation. But the heart, it's the complete opposite. It's warm, it's emotional. It feels and then it acts, right here in the present moment, instinctively feeling, how can I give? It's a totally different way of moving through life.
And this quote just nails it. For the head, the reason comes first. Okay, this person has these beautiful qualities, therefore I will love them. But for the heart, the feeling comes first, and the qualities just follow. It's, I love this person, and because of my love, they become beautiful to me. See how the logic is completely flipped?
So this all probably has you thinking, which one am I? Where do I naturally lean? Well, the source material actually gives us a really simple thought experiment to help figure that out.
So just imagine this. It's a scenario we've all been in. You're walking down the street and you see a beggar. Just for a second, really pay attention to your first gut-level reaction. What pops into your head? So the head-oriented person. Their mind immediately goes into analysis mode. They don't really see a person. They see a data point in a bigger problem. They start thinking about, economic policy, social safety nets, long-term solutions. But the heart-oriented person, their reaction is totally different. They see the individual right there in front of them, and their first impulse is to do something for that specific person right here, right now.
And this quote really just boils it all down, doesn't it? The mind is always off in the future, busy with plans and grand ideas. But the heart lives completely and totally in the present moment, with whatever is right in front of it. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, that head-oriented approach sounds a lot more common, well, you'd be right. And the source material explains exactly why our society has become so dominated by the mind.
I mean, think about it. We are actively conditioned to be head-oriented from the moment we're born. Schools, colleges, universities, they are all designed to do one thing, train the mind. But where's the school for the heart? It just doesn't exist. In fact, our culture often looks at a deeply feeling, trained heart as impractical or irrational, maybe even a little dangerous in a world that's all about cold, hard reason.
And this imbalance has a real impact. A lot of ancient traditions were built around heart-oriented practices, like prayer. But for so many of us modern people, whose minds are just so trained, these heart-based techniques can feel really difficult or totally foreign. It can be hard to connect with them.
Okay, so given this massive imbalance, what can we do? The source actually proposes a specific technique. It's designed to help us re-engage our feeling center, especially for those of us who are, or who want to be, more heart-oriented. The technique is called Absorb the Senses in Your Heart. And the whole goal is to consciously reroute every single sensation, everything you see, everything you hear, everything you touch, away from that over-analytical head and send it directly into your feeling center instead.
So here's how it works. It's basically a two-step process. First, you start relating every sense to your heart. So, for example, instead of just listening to music with your ears, you imagine you're listening to it from your heart. Then, the second step is to allow those sensations to be absorbed by the heart. You actually feel them dissolving into that center instead of being picked apart and analyzed by your mind.
So, what's the ultimate point of doing all this? Well, it's not just about feeling more. It's about finding a much, much deeper center within yourself.
And here's where it gets really interesting. The text is very clear that while the heart is the path, it's not the final destination. It's actually a gateway to something even more fundamental.
The source uses this beautiful metaphor, saying the heart is like a lotus. When you can truly learn to center yourself in that feeling space, a door opens. And this door leads to what the text calls the navel center, which is a symbol for the deepest, most foundational source of our entire being.
And that's why this quote is so powerful. Love is the door. We're not talking about love as an idea you think about in your head. We're talking about love as a deep, all-consuming feeling in the heart. That feeling, that total absorption, that's what turns the key.
So we end on this thought. Our entire modern world, pretty much everything about it, is built on training the analytical mind. But this explainer has shown us a different path, a totally different focus. And it leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. In a world that trains the mind, what would actually happen for us and for everyone if we started to train the heart?